our channel, become our patron. Visit patreon.com/Cycle Maintenance Academy.
Hi and welcome to yet another CMA video. I'm Marek, and in today's video we're going to have a look at how to replace a sealed bottom bracket unit. Okay, are you ready? Then let's begin. Cartridge bottom brackets are designed to be low maintenance, but they can eventually wear out. If this happens, the best way is to replace it with a new one, as servicing of a cartridge bottom bracket is limited. Tools required: crank extractor, 14mm socket spanner or 8mm Allen key, 20 spline bottom bracket tool, adjustable spanner, flathead screwdriver, long tube, big washer, grease or anti-seize, cloth or a paper towel. Preparation: put the bike in a stand. If you have front gears, then move the chain to the lowest chain ring. Remove the chain from the crank so that it rests on the bottom bracket shell. To get access to the bottom bracket, you will first need to remove the cranks. If you have crank dust caps, then remove them with a flathead screwdriver. Using a 14mm socket spanner or 8mm Allen key, remove the crank bolts anti-clockwise. Before you screw the crank extractor into the crank, make sure that the bolt part does not stick out of the nut part. Now, using your hand, gently screw the crank extractor into the crank arm on the drive side. If the tool is not screwing in, then don't force it, as you may damage the thread. Now use the spanner to tighten the nut part. Screw the bolt part of the extractor with your hand all the way in. Move the crank so that it points between 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock, and place the adjustable spanner on the bolt part of the extractor so that it points to 2 o'clock. Hold the crank and screw in the crank extractor clockwise until the crank comes out. Remove the crank extractor from the right hand side crank . Now repeat the process on the left hand side. To make sure that you can get a correct replacement, first measure the bottom bracket shell. Two most common lengths are 68mm and 73mm. Now measure the axle length. Double check this measure, as the axle differs from each other only by a few millimeters, and it is important to get the exact replacement. Removing a cartridge bottom bracket. Once the cranks are off, it's time to remove the bottom bracket. Fit the 20 spline bottom bracket tool into the bottom bracket on the drive side. If you have a big washer, place this on the tool and tighten it with a crank bolt. This will hold the tool in place. Fit the adjustable spanner so that it points towards the handlebars. Hold the frame with one hand and turn the adjustable spanner clockwise. If the spanner won't budge, then use a long tube. This will add to the leverage. Now remove the bottom bracket unit. Remove the bottom bracket cup on the non-drive side anti-clockwise. Replacing a cartridge bottom bracket. Use a clean rag or cloth to clean the threads in the bottom bracket shell. This will help to ensure a smooth and easy installation of the new bottom bracket. Apply a small amount of grease or anti-seize to the threads in the bottom bracket shell. Fit the bottom bracket unit on the drive side. Screw it gently with your hand anti-clockwise until it sits in the bottom bracket shell. Fit the 20 spline tool. Place the washer on the tool and tighten it with a crank bolt. Using an adjustable spanner, tighten the bottom bracket shell. Remove the crank bolt and the washer. Repeat the process on the non-drive side, remembering that the bottom bracket cup screws in clockwise. Refit the cranks. If you're not sure how to do this, we have a great video here that will guide you through this process. Fit the chain on the chain ring. And if required, refit the crank dust caps. Thanks for watching, and I hope you found it useful. Don't forget to let me know in the comments below how you got on replacing a sealed bottom bracket. Oh, and you can really help with the growth of our channel by subscribing and liking the video. Thanks, and see you in the next one.